I am sick and tired of these efforts to privatize a precious thing we need, public education. I know we're not supposed to be saying hate. Our teachers taught us not to. I hate the privatizers, and I want to stop them.
Speaking recently before the country's largest union, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio came out against the very concept of charter schools.
Too many Republicans, but also too many Democrats have been cozy with the charter schools. Let's be blunt about it.
De Blasio's opinion as a fourth-tier Democratic presidential candidate doesn't matter much, but what's disturbing is the extent to which his anti-charter animus is rapidly becoming a core value in the Democratic Party. As the head of the nation's largest school system, de Blasio's prejudices are also having a direct impact on individual lives. In New York City, 123,000 students out of a public school system of 1.1 million attend charter schools. Unsurprisingly, the mayor's remarks drew hot fire from the hometown tabloids. His anger isn't aimed at the man in the mirror who spent $800 million in taxpayer money promising and miserably failing to deliver fast and intense improvements in struggling traditional public schools, snarled the New York Daily News, and let the record show that a man wealthy enough to afford to buy a home in Park Slope, who was therefore able to send his son and daughter to fine public elementary and middle schools and then off to selective public high schools, now wants to deny alternatives to poorer families. The hostility that New York progressives, especially white New York progressives, have toward charters is already taking its toll on poor minority kids stuck in failing districts. The state legislature last month elected not to lift the cap on the number of charters allowed in New York City, despite overwhelming demand from parents. As local political personality and columnist Errol Lewis noted, in the 2017-18 school year, about 59% of black students attending charters passed the state math test, compared with only 25% in regular district schools. One charter school in the Bronx recently saw every single one of its 8th graders earn a perfect score on the state algebra exam, despite being situated in the nation's poorest congressional district. Half of kids attending traditional public schools in the same district failed the test.
53% of the charter kids are African American, 38% are Latino, 81% are low income, free and reduced lunch, and they're outscoring the traditional public schools in every measurable dimension.
We know
right? I understand where there are problems, like, there are 53,000 people on this waiting list and so forth, but there's nothing you can learn from them?
We partner with the ones that share those values of inclusion. We work with them. Best practices are shared both ways. I think there are some charter schools that do good work. I think there's some charter schools that are test prep factories. I think there's some charter schools that are exclusionary, and that goes against everything I believe in.
Former Congressman Beto O'Rourke, who used to be a full-throated supporter of charters, was the only one of the 10 candidates at the same teachers union conference brave enough to suggest even that there is a place for public nonprofit charter schools. But Beto quickly got to the but.
But private charter schools and voucher programs, not a single dime in my administration will go to them.
What used to be a fairly mainstream Democratic idea, championed by the likes of Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and pre-presidential campaign Senator Cory Booker, has now become something candidates feel like they need to furiously backpedal from. And according to one recent survey, those reformist tendencies are not likely to be seen again from a Democrat anytime soon. Bill de Blasio's political career has been marked by the extent to which he's willing to sell out his constituents, in this case poor kids in failing schools, in order to advance his own political career. Sadly, that puts him in the mainstream of the modern Democratic Party.